What's your guys? Master here doing a first place deck profile of what?
Poltergeist.
Awesome. And what's your name?
Zane, Chamberlain.
Awesome. And how are your matchups today?
Pretty good. Sky Striker was a bit rough, but the other two went pretty well.
Okay. And any other comments or questions or any comments you want to make before we get into deck profile?
Not really, no.
All right, let's get into it then.
To start off, I run 3 Multi-Faker. It's a really good piece. You can cycle them pretty well, and they activate from the grave as well, which is really awesome. And then, of course, 3 Melusi, great for sending to the grave, and great for making link critical plays. 3 Marionetter. This is really good to open up because you can set your protocols straight from the deck. 1 Silkidus. It's really good if combined with Poltergeist Conquery because you can bounce it to negate up to. You can bounce to negate some attacks, and it's also really good for outing some cards that activate when sent from field to grave right there. Next, I ran 1 Ash.
Why one Ash?
Because I only own the 1.
Fair enough.
I'd add 2 more if I could. I ran 3 Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. Really good in the Sky Striker, Pendulum Magician, and Goki matchups. And then I run 2 Eater of Millions. They're really good for outing cards that are problems that can't be targeted. I really like these. 2 Pot of Desires in case you open rough. This actually saved me in 1 match. I opened up a Marionetta with it. 3 Pot of Duality. These cards are incredibly important for just making sure you have stability in your deck. And it can help switch out anything you might need for the match. Next, I ran 3 Protocol. This is great for negating and great for protecting yourself from negates. I negated a lot of cards with this, and it saved me many times. Poltergeist Manifestation is a really good card and has a good combination with Poltergeist Silkidus. This card you can activate it many times, and you can banish it to add your protocols back if they get destroyed. Next, I ran the Psalm Barrage of 3 One Warning and 3 Psalm Strike. With Psalm Barrage, they will slow down your opponent pretty well.
Why not a Judgment as well?
I felt that the half your life points was too much to pay. I never felt I was needing that. I felt that a warning was better in place. And 3 Anti-Spell Fragrance. This is really good for the Sky Striker, Pendulum matchups, and any deck that runs a lot of spells. I also ran 3 Rivalry of the Warlords. Really good in many matchups. Really good for shutting down your opponent. And then I ran 2 Torrential. It's really good if you're facing Goki or any deck that will spam monsters.
And would you ever consider running 3?
Yes, though it might be a bit of a brick card at that point. 2 I felt has been the magical number for me.
Okay, fair enough. And the extra deck?
For the extra deck, for monsters I summon, I run 2 Hexia to negate the spells and traps, and to gain the attack.
Turn them around.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
To negate the spells and traps, and also it's really good for getting to high attack if you run into a monster with good attack and you don't have one of your eaters. Next I ran 1 Prime Banshee. She's good if your Hexia ends up getting negated, or if you just need to swap out a monster in your main monster zones. I ran 1 Link Karibo. This is really good in case you only open up a Melusi when it comes to monsters, because you can get a search for Multi-Faker that way. And then for the last card I used to summon, it's Exciton Knight. In case you start getting steamrolled, you can make 2 Marionetters into this.
Okay.
Then for Cherry's targets, I ran the 2 Sky Strikers. You can make this card if you need to, but it's hard to. You'd have to get the Conqueror into it.
Yeah, true. And then, why the Tornado Dragon here? Why was that a Cherry's target?
Because in case I'm facing a bit of a lower tier matchup, I can bring this out to stop my opponent from destroying myself, and I can occasionally make it if my opponent has a lot of back row. But it's mostly there in case they are using it to stop me.
Okay, and also, like, you can also make this if you wanted to. Like, I mean, generally, it's not just cherries targets. Because honestly, you could probably make this as well. You can make the firewall. Even if you really needed to, make a Gumblar probably, but, like, that's only if.
And Dante as well.
Oh, Dante, yeah. Oh, yeah, because with the hand traps, right?
Hand traps and actually multi-figures level 3.
Oh, okay, there you go. Alright.
So those are the cherry targets, and that's all of the extra deck.
Okay.
And then in the side, I ran by Third Eater of Millions. In case you're facing something like Mech Knights or something that have a lot of big monsters, this card can come in handy. And adding a third can help stability. I ran 3 Droll and Lockbird.
So you have enough for Droll and Lockbird, but you don't have enough for another Ash or 2, huh?
Hey, I got lucky and I pulled them out of the Legacy Collection Kaiba stuff.
Yeah.
But these are really good if your opponent's doing a lot of searching, obviously.
Yeah.
I ran 3 Ghost Ogre. This actually won me a game against the Sky Striker player because I was able to stop his multi-roll from resolving. I run 3 Skullmeister in case I run into anything that likes to activate from the grave, including Mirror Match. It actually does help Mirror Match from stopping the Meluseek and Silkidus from resolving if they try to do any shenanigans with those. Next, I ran 3 Shared Ride. Of course, for anybody who's doing a lot of searching, it's like the Drolls, they help shut down your opponent and help get more resources. And then I ran 2 Heavy Storm Duster in case I ran into another back row heavy deck. I did not happen to need them this tournament, but if I faced Mirror Match, these would help a lot.
Fair enough. Would you ever consider running 3 at least, possibly? Since Twin Twisters doesn't really fit good in your deck?
Correct. I would run 3 maybe. I found that, once again, that 2 is a good number for them, because you'll see them often enough, but 3 you might see them too often. And it's helpful to have that Third Eater of Millions instead, I felt.
Okay. And real quick, were there any other changes you would probably make to the deck going forward from this first place experience of yours? Anything that you would change?
I would try to add 2 Ash Blossom, if possible, to the deck. Maybe pulling out the Heavy Storm Dusters if need be.
Okay, so that's pretty much it, just from the main side and extra?
Yeah, and then I'd put the 2 Torrential maybe into the side for the Ash, and then Heavy Storm out of the deck completely.
Okay, fair enough. Well, so I know this is probably your first top at locals, or first place top, so feel pretty good?
Yeah, felt amazing, actually.
Calling yourself a shit player when you actually beat some good people with good decks?
I got lucky.
No, I mean, you did pretty well, so, yeah, anyway, come rate, subscribe, guys, I'll catch you guys later, okay?
Okay.